Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Falkirk Wheel, guys, and welcome aboard the motor vessel Antonine for your trip today. My name is Ross. I'm going to be your skipper this trip. It's myself doing the driving. If you want to turn around and give a wave to Lauren. Lauren's at the back of the boat. She's going to crew for us. Now, together myself and Lauren has brought you from the boardwalk into the lower part of the wheel. Now, if I can just get your attention for the next few minutes just to do a quick safety announcement. It's not meant to alarm anybody, especially when the person giving the announcement's the one wearing a life jacket. You can look all the way around this boat, underneath seats, down hatches. You will only find 2 life jackets on board. I wear one, Lauren wears the other. They're both occupied. We do not share. Okay? If anything happens to this boat, I promise you, myself and Lauren will be the first ones off. We can guarantee that. But worst case scenario, this boat sinks. Remain seated, remain calm, and lift your feet. Honestly, worst that would happen is a puddle on the floor. You are in Scotland. Water is not worth worrying about, especially puddles. Okay? But if anything happens, we will bring the boat alongside, we will investigate the problem. If we can carry on, we will. If not, we may need to evacuate. Now, there's 6 emergency exits on this boat. Door at the front hatch slides open, off left or right. The door you came on, one opposite, 2 the exact same at the back, and the captain and crew only door. If you need myself or Lauren during the trip, go through the captain and crew only door, and we'll both be at the back there. There is nothing to worry about. Is there anybody scared of heights at all? I will tell you it's too late, you're stuck on here now if you're scared of heights. We're starting moving. Anybody scared of water? I will remind you did buy tickets for a boat trip. Boats and water are connected. I am not joking. The amount of people that buy tickets for this, the boat starts moving, on the wheel starts moving, and they panic and went off. You bought tickets for it, you have been warned. But anyway, that's the wheel start. That's just elastic band snapping, it does that. Just ignore that. It does make occasional clicks and bangs on it again, don't worry about it. But anyway, guys, that's us on our way up. Sorry to disappoint anybody that is expecting an Alton Towers or roller coaster ride. This is as fast as it's going to go. To tell you the truth, the wheel is turning upside down at this moment in time. Hopefully the boat stays the right way up. It has done so for the last 16 years. Hopefully today's going to be no different. But anyway, when we get to the top, we're going to go along the aqueduct, through the tunnel, turn and come back. During the trip, there's an audio presentation that's going to discuss with us how the Falkirk works, canal history, and a bit about Scottish canals as well. Now, depending on the weather, depends on what view we get when we're up at the top there. Sometimes it can be pretty good, sometimes it's not the best, so we've just got to wait and see. Anyway, guys, when we get to the top, I'll answer any questions and I'll point out some landmarks. We'll make some
an hour or so, we'll be up here 27 metres above our starting point on the Forth and Clyde Canal. We're now moving at 4 miles an hour over the reinforced concrete aqueduct. There's just over 100 metres between here and the tunnel, dead ahead of us. We'll go right through that and turn around before heading back and taking a look at the view that's right behind you now. You might have noticed that there are 2 tourist boats in service at the Falkirk Wheel, each with slightly strange names. Archimedes and Antonine. Did you see which one you are on today when you got on? Those special names were chosen for a reason. They're both important parts of the wheel's identity. First, Archimedes. He was a scholar and mathematician in ancient Greece who discovered something that's very important for the operation of the wheel.
Any floating object displaces its own weight of fluid.
Okay, might need a bit of explanation. Archimedes' principle says that when an object is placed in water, for example the boat you are sitting in now, it displaces its exact own weight in water. The amount of water that moves out of the way to make room for us is equal in weight to the boat itself. That might sound quite simple, but it's actually really important for the smooth operation of the Falkirk wheel. Each gondola, that's the big tub of water we just travelled up in, holds 250 tonnes of water. When our boat sailed in, we pushed about 60 tonnes of water. That is the weight of the boat and its fuel and all the people in it, out meaning that the gondola then had 190 tonnes of water and 60 tonnes of boat in it. So the contents of the gondola still weigh 250 tonnes. The clever part is that the other gondola will also weigh exactly 250 tonnes as well. We are evenly balanced with them, and that means that it only takes a tiny bit of energy to get us moving around the central core of the wheel. We're balancing each other out. So while you might think it would take a lot of energy to lift 250 tonnes of steel, water, boat and even you up the 27 metres we just came, it actually took just a small push. About the same amount of energy as boiling 8 electric kettles. That's enough for a cup of tea, each for everyone on the boat. We haven't got time for a cuppa now, but you can get one down at the visitor centre afterwards while you watch the wheel going round again. Another really clever part of the wheel are the cogs. You can't see them as they're inside the workings, but these huge jagged wheels and sensors stop us from tipping over as we move up and down around the wheel. When the designers were putting the plans for the Falkirk wheel together, they were confident it would work on paper, but they weren't exactly sure. This is the first rotating boat lift in the world after all. So to test their theory out, they built a small-scale model out of Lego to see how it went. Fortunately, the principle worked and the design was commissioned. As we get close to the tunnel ahead, you'll note that we're in a rather charming landscape. At some times of the year, the pool to your left is home to herons. The canal system stretching across Scotland is home to over 30 varieties of aquatic plants, 15 species of mollusks, over 30 types of water flea, and even freshwater sponges, plus the ducks and swans. It's been known for fish to swim into the gondola at the bottom and travel up to the Union Canal with us. Of course, they displace their own weight too. And there are footpaths here as well, leading up into the woods. You can walk along these later if you like. As we enter the tunnel, you'll see a sign reading Rough Castle Tunnel. What castle? You can't see a castle near here. That's because we're about to travel underneath it. Well, almost. There's a Roman castle fort on the hill really quite close by.